you ever walk into a different room to get something only to forget what you're looking for? Perhaps you have those moments where a word or a name is kind of right on the tip of your tongue, but you can't recall it. Or you might feel yourself growing more fatigued more easily, especially after tasks that require a lot of concentration, like driving. All of these are early signs of brain inflammation that, if left unchecked, can actually lead to neurodegeneration like Alzheimer's. So hi, on that upbeat note, I'm Jodi Cohen, founder of Vibrant Blue Oils, and I've helped over 20,000 people regain their vibrant health through specific and targeted use of essential oils. And I want to help you start feeling better with less work and anti-inflaming those brains. So all of these signs of brain fog fatigue are symptoms of inflammation in the body. And this includes inflammation that originates in the gut, from leaky gut, food intolerances, or other digestive dysfunction, which can then drive chronic systemic inflammation, including inflammation of the brain. So this gut-brain axis is a two-way communication channel. The brain sends signals to the gut sends signals back to the brain. And when the body becomes inflamed, it releases an inflammatory hormone called cytokines into the blood. Any inflammation in the body, including leaky gut, will produce substantial quantities of cytokines. And these cytokines travel throughout the body, through the blood, and transmit their message to virtually every cell, including the cells in the brain. So you see, cytokine signals can cross the blood-brain barrier and activate an inflammatory response in the brain. And brain inflammation can contribute to anxiety, depression, stress, because these inflammatory signals, as they persist in the gut and the inflammation in the brain increases, it's kind of a slower nerve conduction, which presents as some mood-related symptoms such as stress, depression, anxiety. Brain inflammation can also diminish our muscle and nerve strength, because an inflamed brain results not only in slow thinking, but also in diminished strength and coordination. This is because every muscle contraction starts with a signal from the brain. Nerve cells connected to the brain signal the muscles to relax or contract, and as a result, the strength of the muscle is only as good as its nerve connection, right? The same holds true for inflammation's role in obstructing the vagus nerve activation. This is one of the reasons that our parasympathetic blend is such a powerful healing tool. So our parasympathetic blend helps to manually activate the vagus nerve to stimulate the body's parasympathetic response. Any kind of infections, including like gut, sinus, periodontal infections, or some kind of toxic exposure like mold, pesticides, heavy metals, or even EMFs, from our cell phone, can inflame the brain and impede the optimal vagal signaling. The brain also needs to detoxify during sleep, which is when it cleans toxins and drains them down the lymphatic system on the sides of the neck. And when that channel gets congested, it kind of impedes our vagus nerve, which is right here, cranial nerve number 10, its ability to signal the rest of the body. And it can be congested from poor sleep, like insomnia, dehydration, any kind of head injury, like a concussion, that can kind of impede the hydraulic system of the brain, the ability to drain these toxins. And if the toxins are recirculated, they trigger increased brain inflammation. It's this horrible, vicious brain inflammation cycle. And nerve signals from the brain can be, impeded from inflammation. It impacts downstream muscles and organs, and then further diminishes the vagus nerve activation, which kind of messes up the healing of the gut, because many of the beneficial effects of probiotic bacteria in the gut are really dependent on vagus activation. And so if that signal isn't clear, it's hurting the whole body. 80% of the fibers in the vagus nerve carry information from the gut to the brain and not the other way around. This means that the gut and the gut microflora communicate directly with the brain, having perhaps a direct impact on emotions and moods. And once these inflammatory cells are activated in the brain, it's super hard to deactivate them, which means that inflammation in the brain can be hard to turn off. But there's good news. I have good news. Fortunately, essential oils are really well suited to heal brain inflammation because they're fat soluble, the brain is comprised primarily of fat, and their exceptionally small size allows them to cross the blood-brain barrier and actually get into the brain and help to turn off this inflammation. And it's why topically applied essential oils can help deactivate inflammation in the brain and also repair and heal. So our brain balance blends, tongue twister, brain balance blends are really popular with practitioners, and some of their favorite oils for deactivating brain inflammation include our anti-inflammatory blend, which can be topically applied kind of all over the head or just at the base of the skull or behind the vagus nerve to help the gut and the body communicate and heal. It also contains a lot of essential oils known for their anti-inflammatory properties and is designed to reduce inflammation, rebalance the brain, and encourage regeneration of our damaged and stressed cells and tissues that have been chronically inflamed. We also have a wonderful blend called Lymph, which can help to move lymph function down the sides of the neck so that the toxins can actually drain from the head. If you think of the body like a hydraulic system, where a congested tissue downstream prevents optimal flow, then the congested lymph vessels can really impede drainage of toxins from the brain. So to enhance lymphatic flow and drainage, you can generously apply our lymph oil around the sides of the neck to relieve congestion, and it improves drainage and reduces brain inflammation. Another great blend is our parasympathetic blend. If an infection is kind of impeding blood and lymph flow out of the brain, pressure can build up and toxins and lymphatic fluid can't drain. So the lymphatic system of the brain moves alongside the arteries and drains alongside the veins. So any kind of congestion or inflammation in this tissue or in the veins in the neck can kind of impair the drainage and impact the vagus nerve, like toxins or infections in the mouth, including amalgams, root canals, infections from wisdom teeth or tooth extractions or other dental or gum disease can kind of cause an infection here, right? And then it can get into the vagus nerve and impede its ability to trigger. It gets kind of in lockdown. So what you need to do is apply our parasympathetic blend to the vagus nerve right here, either on one side or both sides of the head. If you have any kind of dental work, I would do it on the side where the dental work exists. And just putting it right there behind the earlobe on the mastoid bone can help to manually override the infection and reset your nervous system for optimal drainage of the brain. And when the inflammation is kind of deactivated with the combination of anti-inflammatory, parasympathetic, and lymph, it helps the brain anti-inflame, it improves your mood, your focus, and your intelligence and your strength.
Hi, I'm Jodi Cohen, founder of Vibrant Blue Oils. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. Please don't forget to subscribe by clicking the circle at the bottom of this screen. And if you want to access more free essential oil trainings, just visit vibrantblueoils.com/YouTube. You can find this link in the video description. Thank you again.